Well. How you doing? Good evening. How is everybody doing? hmm How is everybody doing? Today is on Tuesday, and we about to get down. Yes. How you doing, guys? How you doing? I'm just holding it up. hmm Good evening. Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Hello, Gadhoni Kenywa. Gadhoni Kenywa. How you doing? Yes. How you? Is it is it your underscore full stop MUGI? That is Mugi. What's up, Mugi? What's up? What's up? How you doing? Kare, how you doing, Kare? I'm awesome, Gadhoni. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate. I can see Esther Ladies Collection. Esther Ladies Collection, what's up? What are you collecting? Or what are you selling? Mm-hmm. Let us get to know what you're selling so that we can also support you in some way. JB Quack. I can say JB.Quack. Thank you so much for joining. Anne Gishero. Irene, Irene, Irene who? Irene Chris. Irene Chris, how you doing? Caroline.official29. How you doing? Awesome. Caroline official 29, thank you so much for joining, and everyone that is joining. Estelle Ladies Connection, what's up? How you doing? Karibu sana. If you're joining, this is a platform where, if you're new here, this is a platform where we talk about relationships, we talk about businesses and finance, we talk about also spirituality, mindset growth, personality development. That is what we talk about. This is Salim, and professionally they get to know me as Coach Salim, and many call me Dr. Love, and I just accept, and many others even call me Pastor, of which I don't like the name Pastor, but I just accept. So I do this so that I can be able to dispense the truth beyond religion, beyond certain beliefs. I can see Waweru J, thank you for joining. Luther Masons, Sagittarius Q, what's up? Mombi Wakahu, what's up? How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate so much. Mnaendelea vipi? How was your week? Helen Onditi, Joyce Jackson, what's up? How is everyone? I can see Emma Moya, 157, Melesh, Moses Baraza, Loli L. If you're joining, this is a platform where we tackle issues like personal mindset growth. Yes, Moses Baraza, hi to you. Thank you so much. Kev, Sweets, what's up, Sweets? How you doing? So we talk about various issues like, you know, relationships and couple therapy. We talk about, personal development, that is mindset growth, spirituality, and we also ensure that we get to have a one-on-one conversation. If you've been following on my story, there's a lot that I've been sharing, and we are trying to go big and better so that now people can begin to learn. So we are going to begin a masterclass. It's going to be called thank you, Moses Baraza. Thank you so much. We're going to begin a masterclass, and this masterclass, it's going to be a platform whereby people are going to join on Google Meet, whereby it will only go for $5 to $10, whereby I'm going to do it on a very, very personal level if you get to enjoy or to join, so that you can get to learn. It's going to be only once in a month. I am looking for job, Nico Nairobi, please. Moses Baraza, what kind of job are you looking for? What kind of job are you looking for? You never know. Yes. I can see. I saw. It's Emma Moya 157. I can see Melesh. Melesh, are you doing HK072181? User 39344822655. I can see Mato. What's up, Mato? I can see Kev Kodudu. I can also Susuwan Nyambura _ it's Moses, you should never say any job. You should never say any job. You should always have something on your mind that you really want to do. Always have something, even if it's small. Just say, I want to do this. When you say any job, you're going to lose, an opportunity if it comes. So it's important for you to say what you want to do, even if it doesn't matter if you have papers or not. No, 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 no. You just have to say, I'm teaching you something here that you need to understand. If you go into the marketplace, into the business world, never ever say any job. Never ever say that. Even if you don't know, never ever say any job. Always make sure. mm, Who is this? Sal loves a lot. OMG, it's Bien. No, this is not Bien. Why are you saying it's Bien? This is not Bien over here. Eh, yes. Carol Babe, aki mimi nimekoniwa 17k na Lilian wa AML Agency na alisema ati hii Kenya hawezi shikwa. Carol Babe, I'm sorry to hear about that. Pole sana. Eh? Bien, stop. This guy Sal loves a lot. Wacha hiyo mambo yako. The Bonnies, SPH, thank you for joining. So once again, I want to let you know that never ever say that you want any job. No, it doesn't work like that. It's important for you to be very intentional on what you really want to do, because life is sometimes, it's not fair. So make sure you mention or you speak about the thing that you want to do. It's very important. Never ever say, yes, Mosaic Mose, Nikolai, fundi wako. Yeah, Mosaic, what's up, Mose? Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for joining. Karibu sana. Sir loves a lot. Unasema nini? But then nimepanga nikiomoka nitatafuta watu wote wamenicon in my life and I'll make them suffer. No, revenge. Revenge is not good. They always say, when you embark in the journey of revenge, dig your own grave. When you embark in the journey of grave, also dig your own grave, because revenge is something that is going to cost you also. So kama unataka kurevenge, remember, you will lose yourself in the moment. For those that are watching, from all over, Kenya and other parts of the world, I want to welcome you and thank you so much. Those that are watching from Uganda, from Tanzania, from Rwanda, from Congo, from South Africa, from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, I will thank you so much for being a part of this. And also, I want to say thank you so much for the people that are watching all the way from America, Canada, Australia, and also, there are guys who are watching me pia kutoka nini, and they told me this country, Amsterdam iko wapi, somewhere there. They're telling me I'm watching you from Amsterdam. Thank you so much for watching for nini. Amsterdam is a city. Thank you so much. Sa BN album next utatoa link. All right. Ima Kimani unasema Ima Hanini unasema, I'm a graduate and licensed with diploma in nutrition and dietetics. Now 7 years, no job. I'm tired. Ima, I can tell you one thing. And this is for free because I'm here. I want you to understand that this life in itself, it's not fair. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that the profession you have, the abilities, the possibilities that you carry, you can be able to come up with something. I can see you're very knowledgeable here, and especially based on what you've done, nutrition and dietetics. So it is important for you to understand that this life requires your potentials too, and your potential is what you require to build something that is tangible, so you can begin something. Nowadays technology has made things to be so easy. You can begin like what I'm doing right now. I've learned what I'm doing. This is what I'm good at, and I've created this platform. So you can begin by sharing whatever, the knowledge that you have. Share it to the world. Let people get to know concerning, what nutrition is and dietetics is, so that people can begin to understand, what happens around that, what and you never know what is going to happen. Personally, there are things that have happened in my life, even from just here TikTok. So many things have happened. And I'm amazed because there are things that really changed my way of thinking. And I've met people just from here, TikTok. And Ima, please be very intentional. And I'm telling you, 7 years down the line, I'm telling you this so that you can begin thinking about it and do something about it also. Mhm. What else? What else? I can see someone else. Asanteni sana. You can see guys, Lerato, thank you for joining. Lerato, thank you for joining. User, I can see Sagsha. Sagsha, what's up? D. I can see Sagsha. I can see D. Asante sana kwa kujoin. Eh? Karibu sana Ima. Karibu sana. I appreciate. Don't let your guard down. Hold yourself together. Makeki. Anti Makeki. What's up, Anti Makeki? Tutumie makeki tukule. Tutumie makeki tukule. So, anyways, without wasting time, if you've joined, today we're going to talk about the crisis, the very crisis that is happening in our daily lives. And that crisis, kama unaona, if you're watching, there's a topic down there for you. And I believe it's going to change someone's life today. So, what are you going through? What have you been facing? I want you to understand that in this life, there's so much that you can, you know, you can change if you're willing to change. So today's topic, it's all about the crisis of pornography and masturbation, its effects, addiction, and its mental health risk, especially in relationships and marriage, even for those that are single. I want you to understand that this has become like a pandemic. It's like a pandemic or an endemic, but in itself it's something that needs to be addressed, because I've met with people that are going, that are facing this kind of situation in their lives. So today's topic, it's all about touching this very sensitive issue, and I pray that each one of you will be delivered. And what did we say last time? That deliverance is not prayed. Deliverance is not prayed. Deliverance is taught. You teach people and they get delivered. You teach people and they get delivered. And it is in the place of knowledge that people are delivered. It is only in the place of knowledge that people are delivered. So I want to say thank you so much for the guys that are joining. Bolt, I can see Bolt. I can see all those people that are becoming part of this conversation. I can see Rev Michael Sim. Asante sana. Thank you for joining. So today's topic, it's a topic that touches many people. It touches a lot of people. The crisis of pornography and masturbation. This is a topic that affects even those that are in the body of Christ. It touches, it touches people, even, I can talk about even Muslims. This topic does not know religion, does not know race, does not know tribe. This is a worldwide crisis whereby many people are struggling with this issue. The other day I just saw a few ladies, Somali ladies on TikTok, and they were twerking and shaking. And I said, this is a crisis. If even these ones, and we all know how, Muslims behave when you do things that are not right. You can be unalived. Nelima, hi, Nelima. Thank you so much for joining. Nelima, I was supposed to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you. Don't worry. It's been quite tricky. I can see Winner. Winner also. I can see 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 5. LGB, yes, deliverance is taught. If someone comes to you, LGB, and tells you that he wants to pray for you to be delivered, he's lying to you. No amount of prayer can deliver anyone. Andeka, thank you for the love. Andeka, thank you for the love. I appreciate so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you. And I just want to let us know that anytime any person comes to you and tells you that I need to pray for you so that this problem can leave, they're lying to you. No prayer can take away your problems. No prayer can take away, no prayer can take away whatever kind of issue you're going through. It is only knowledge. What prayer does, it aligns you, yeah, into the will of God. That is what prayer does. Prayer does. We need to deconstruct the idea of what religion tried to impute in us, because religion tried to tell us that when you pray, your problems are going to leave. 90% of churchgoers are in depression because they thought when they pray, their problems are going to go. There are people that are struggling with pornography, masturbation, and all these things. And you find out that these people are very prayerful, but there is no change in their lives. So, what people need is not prayer, it is knowledge. I'm not saying that we should not pray. We should pray. Prayer is good. I know I'm talking even to pastors and bishops and reverends on this platform. But I believe in prayer, but I also believe in people understanding the consequences of certain issues in their lives. And as much as prayer is important, I believe there's a critical advantage when people get to understand what uh, you know is supposed to be done when it comes to various issues like pornography and masturbation. I'm just trying to think about the many things I'm going to ensure that we all get to learn in this moment. Hope you're getting me, and hope the internet is okay on your side, so that to answer vizuri. So once again, I just want to say thank you so much for you guys being a part of this conversation. I appreciate it. Is something that I cannot take it for granted. I cannot take it for granted kabisa. So as we continue, I know kisura kyangu kimekaa hapo kwa screen yako. So don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry. As we continue, I just want you to understand that we have a lot of struggle when it comes to the issue of pornography and masturbation. And I was just looking at this issue and I found out like almost 85% of the people in the world are struggling with this issue. But this is one thing that people don't want to talk about. It has become a norm, but it has become an addiction, and an addiction that has made so many people lose themselves in the process. So we need to address this issue. I know many men will say, you know what, my brother, I don't need to have a woman. I can just watch pornography and then masturbate and then I'm okay. But the other day I got to learn something on a personal level. I just had to learn something. For you guys that have vehicles, hata wale hawana gari, if you have a car, I want you to take a look at what happens to your car. There's something that is called a master cylinder. For those that have vehicles, ladies, a master cylinder helps the vehicle kushika breki. Pap, kushika breki. And hapo kwa master cylinder, there's always something, there are always two pipes hapo kwa master cylinder. So anytime the master cylinder is not functional, the car will never have any brakes, because the master cylinder, that is where you put the brake fluid. Somewhere there, kuna kakitu hapo, you just put your brake fluid. So that brake fluid flows to all the tires in the car by, those two pipes that are there in the car. So I got to learn something about it, and I'm going somewhere with this. As I got to open the bonnet of my car, and I took a look, and the mechanic was just making sure that he whatever he makes the car, makes the master cylinder, wipes it and all that. So I began to learn this, that anytime the car requires to hold a brake, you're the one who pushes for that brake. And then if the brake fluid does not come out, hapo ndio kizungumkuti, the brakes will not hold. That is just a simple lesson that I got to learn. Now, I took that lesson on a personal level. Now, for you and me as humans, my brother, I'm talking to you. Let me talk to the men. You're busy masturbating. Do you know there are veins? If doctors are here, you can help me. But this is a research I've done myself on a personal level. And I've realized for us as men, when you hold, my brother, I'm talking, this is a topic, nitachakachaka kidogo so that we can get to learn something. But I'm going to be serious about it. My brothers, here is your penis. And your penis, it has some veins and all that. And one thing I came to realize, most men or many men, today you are crying that you cannot have children. And most of you are blaming your wives. I came to understand the other day from a doctor that, you see, anytime you're masturbating, you are loosening the membranes or the pipes that are there in your, hapo kwa nini, kwa penis. So what happens? Now, Anytime when it comes to normal sex with your wife, what happens? The ejaculation does not come out the way it is required. It's going to shoot, it's going to pop, but it's not going to be effective. Just like what I saw in that car. You know, when you're holding that brake, that car, ejaculation ya brake fluid haitoki na uzito, inatoka kidogo. Why? Because there's a problem. So anytime you're masturbating, what you're doing to yourself, una loosen zile nini, because masturbation is not natural. Masturbation is not natural. It is not natural. It is something that requires an action from you so that now you can satisfy yourself. And that is why even women who masturbate, they have no desire for a man, because we know women do not require an entrance most of the time. They can satisfy themselves. But at the end of the day, what happens? They lose their ability to enjoy their husbands, to enjoy their partners, because they can satisfy themselves. They don't need a man. That is why most women today, they are saying 75% of women, they have dildos in their houses. 30% of married women, they are having dildos in their house. So the man of today is also in trouble, because the woman of today wants to satisfy herself. So how is it going to be? Because I know I'm talking to you. Yes, yes. So retired is saying, I love how everyone knows something about women. That is a crazy gender. It's a crazy gender. You know, we thank God for women. Women, they're beautiful species. They're beautiful things. You know, men, for us men, at some point, we need to be very wise on how we handle women. But at the end of the day, women are, these are gifts to us. But my brother, I know, if you retired, if you are listening to me, I know. Yeah, even if you say like this, when a woman passes by, you will look, utaangalia, because you get my point. Unstoppable her. What is that? Women need to learn 2 or 3 things concerning masturbation also, because it's important that we get to the place of understanding how to go about it. Yeah, I can see retired. You're saying we should cease all collective efforts to understand that. We will never understand women, my brother, because women are emotional beings. And anytime you want to understand, by the way, my brother, it's easy to understand a woman if you speak their language, because women are emotional beings. So also allow your emotions to speak to them. You will get to understand them. So retired is saying that the gift that keeps on taking. No, it's my brother. Let me tell you, retired. Let me tell you one thing. Most of the time we say the gift, like a woman takes. It is how you train your woman. If you teach your woman that she's supposed to receive, that is how it's going to be. If from the beginning you taught your woman that you will be giving her 1,000 Kenyan shillings every day, and one day you stop, you will lose her. So whatever you began with her from day one, never ever stop. Never ever stop. Always be that person. If you are that person that used to love putting your hair, in a certain way, never ever stop. Because if you take that away, that woman will judge you with it. And you know what they do? You said, remember you told me, remember you said this. That is what they do, because women remember everything. 1979, that is what they do. So whatever you plan to do before you get into a relationship, be very wise, because whatever you begin with that woman, never ever stop doing that. Keep on doing it. And let me tell you, if you get the right person also, and she gets to learn one or two things from you, she's gonna be something that is beautiful. Yes. Raya. I can see some few guys are commenting. Na tuendelee na topic yetu pia. Yeah, retired, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. And you guys, you can share all the live also, so that people. Thank you, my brother retired. Thank you so much. Thank you. Vic wa Kenya, by the way, nyinyi ni wakolofi. Yani mwenda mkanunua tiketi zote za Chan game yote. Come on. Huh? Hiyo game ishaisha. It was all for fun, my brother. Don't Vic, don't hold it against us. It was all for fun. So retired, they have a language training and like treats almost like a pet. Yeah, we cannot give an example like they're always like a pet, huh? But the reality is, you as a man, you need to be very knowledgeable and very wise. I'm not saying you be cunning, you be very wise. If you become very wise, you will handle a woman. Do you know those men that are violent with their women? The men that are violent with their women, it is because they are not knowledgeable. But if you just be knowledgeable, let me tell you, my brother, you can have even 1,000 women. You can have even 10,000, 40 women, and they will bow down to you. If you just get that knowledge, they will bow down. Even that woman that thinks, leave alone these men who say you should have money to have a woman. Let me tell you, there are men personally I know, they have nothing, but these men, they are women. This, I'm telling you, hmm? Knowledge is powerful. If you just get to know what to do, that woman will come crying and begging. Why? Because you know the power that you hold and you know what you can put on that woman and she can totally submit. I'm telling you. Yes, yes. Unstoppable her. Me, my man is telling me I'm the one who is supposed to call him and not him. I don't think that is a good relationship to be in because, uh, you know, it requires your efforts. Both of you require unstoppable her. I don't think that is the right relationship you should be in because if your man tells you that you're the one to call her, no. And the other day I was talking about traditional marriage, contemporary marriage, and kingdom marriage. If you're in marriage, I don't think your husband needs to function on these two, contemporary and traditional. That man should learn, should learn on how to make sure that the relationship is handled in a way that is, it's reasonable because both of your efforts are required. I can see my brother over here, Adams Maima. Thank you, my brother. I'm always happy to see you. I'm always happy to see you, Adam Maima. Maima, thank you so much. Retired, you're saying, teach me. I was almost giving up. I was almost giving up. Don't give up, my brother. Don't give up. I just want you, DM me. I'm going to send you some materials and you're going to learn more. You're going to learn more. I'm going to teach you some few things here and there. Ask me any question, DM me, pal, and then I'm going to teach you. So, but it also kind of surprises me how those abusive relationships last. It is because of ignorance. Hmm? You know, people succeed, like politicians, religious people, they feed from the ignorances of its people. Ignorances of its people. Thank you, Adams Maima. I appreciate so much. Retired, you're saying, are you married, bro? Are you married, bro? Do you want to know if I'm married? Yes, 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 yes. And she's a very happy lady, in fact. Very beautiful girl. Yeah? Very beautiful girl indeed. Huh? So I'm not talking, from just mere words. I'm talking from what I know. Talking from what I know. So be very diligent, my brother. Yes, yes, I can see. In my opinion, watu wakae tu single. Hakuna haja ya hizi pressure zote. Life ni short. Singleness is not a disadvantage. It is also good. It's also good. If you want to be single, it is okay. If you want to get married, it's okay. It's preferable you get into it. You get into it with knowledge. Knowledge is what is required. So thank you, retired. Thank you, retired. It's beautiful. I'm keep on nashinda nikigonga gonga hii kitu acha ikae vizuri hapo hiyo urembo. Yes. DM me, my brother. DM me. No worries. I'll be waiting for you. DM me. So, our topic, the crisis of pornography and masturbation, its effects, addiction, and its mental health risk. So those are that is the thing that we're going to talk about today. Yeah, Adam's Maima, history of married, it's not for the light-hearted people. It's true, but let me tell you guys, because you guys, tunaongelea marriage, let me tell you, I've come to find out that marriage is the easiest thing ever in this life. Marriage is the easiest. And I know many people will say marriage is difficult. Do you know why people are saying marriage is difficult? It is because those people are difficult to deal with. The other day I gave an example. Tatumia nini? I have something here. Niko na kitu hapa. Let me give an example here. See, this is like a flask. I love this because imetengenezwa na tutaya napenda kuiweka kwa gari and all that. So let me give you an example. Iko empty. This is how marriage is. This is how marriage is. Hollow. Yeah, Jacob Moses. Now, this is how marriage is. And I want to teach you. Marriage has nothing in it. Marriage has nothing. So I'm teaching you here. Thank you, retired. So animated 00 na kujibu hapa. Even Jacob, I want to answer you. So this is how marriage is. It has nothing in it. Completely empty. So what happens? What happens? This is a glass, huh? Acha nimwage maji hapo kidogo. It's okay. What happens? Let us assume this is the lady and this is the gent. So what happens? We all bring who we are into marriage. We all bring who we are into marriage. This is marriage. And like I've told you, marriage has nothing in it. So if you've not worked on yourself, you will always bring issues after issues in your marriage. So you need to work on yourself. You need to take responsibility to handle the issues that you're not supposed to bring into marriage. Are you getting my point? Because every other time as a lady, when you come into marriage with your past, you will pour into your marriage. The negativities, the lust, the depression, the arguments, the impatience and all those things, you'll keep on pouring into your marriage. Even the man, if you do not work on yourself, that is the same thing you're going to do. Your anger issues, your kind of leadership that is not right, those are the things you'll keep on pouring. At the end of the day, what happens? Your marriage will be empty. Why? Because, in fact, not even empty, your marriage will end because both of you've poured negativity into it. You've poured negativity into it. Like I told you, there's nothing in marriage. There's nothing in marriage. We all bring our personalities. We bring who we are into marriage. So marriage is not difficult. It is the people that get into it determine how the marriage will function. It is the people that get into it that determine how the marriage will become. So if you're a difficult person to deal with, you will make your marriage difficult. If you are an impatient person, you will be impatient in your marriage. So you need to work on yourself on a personal level. So retired is saying, what happens to these personalities? Hide until marriage, or do two personalities reshape each other? No, don't hide those things. That is why we talk about dating and courtship. Dating and courtship, it's not about going to expensive hotels, going to eat expensive food. No, it's about the two of you coming together and speaking about your personalities. By the way, you know what? This is me. This is who I am. And this is how I deal with this. This week I've come across some articles. This dude was talking and saying, I never got married to this woman because the day I went to their place, I just found his brother, her brother and the father, they're smoking weed. That is the day I never chose to marry that woman. So there are certain red flags that you should pick before you get into marriage. There's a joke that I just saw the other day when the blood moon came out. People are saying, so it's easy for you to see the blood moon, but it's difficult for you to see those red flags. And it is very true. So you need to understand that there is nothing in marriage. We all bring who we are into marriage. So my brothers and my sisters, I want you to understand marriage is not difficult. It is the people that get into it that are difficult. Imagine getting married to a man or a woman that is not willing to be a part of you. I've seen ladies complain. This lady just gave birth the other day, but the man is like, go into the kitchen and prepare something for me. And the lady, she's just like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, from giving birth. What kind of a man are you, my brother? What kind of a man? What kind of manhood are you trying to portray even to society? I don't think it should work like that. Let me tell you, my brother, that woman knows that you're a man. But there's a big difference between being a man and a male. The problem is you're not a man, you are a male. You are a male. So you need to work on you being a man. And a man takes responsibility. Why did you get married to that woman first? So that she can become your punching bag. So that she can become this kind of a woman that you can do whatever you want, go out and sleep with other women. What kind of expression do you want to show the children that you're going to give birth to? Just imagine that woman has given you children. What kind of a father do you want to be? So you need to work on yourself. And that is why the topic of today, it's all about working on these issues. Because if you don't deal with issues like pornography and masturbation, even in marriage, it will be a problem for you. And that is why this topic, I'm handling this topic because through this week I've met and I've received calls from various people who are telling me, I'm married, but I'm struggling with pornography. I'm struggling with masturbation. And I'm telling you, it has become a crisis. And this issue needs to be, to be handled and to be addressed because we cannot allow this to happen. So if you're joining me, I want you to know that you can always find me here on TikTok every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday from this hour, from 8 p.m. And you can find me also on YouTube. Muliniangusha hii Tuesday, man. Hii Sunday. Sunday on YouTube, you can find me there as Salim Cyrus KE. Salim Cyrus KE. And for more information, even after this live, you can go to my website. You can book a session with me. Go to www.salimcyrus.com. Get to learn one or two things so that you can benefit. There's a lot of information right there. So let's continue. So it is important for us. It is important for each one of us to learn this thing so that we can benefit, so that we can get to grow. So I can see some comments here. Jacob Moses is saying, I discover late that she has inherited those behaviors from her family. It's quite unfortunate, but I want to let you know, my brother, that it is possible for you to change the situation. It is possible for you to change the situation. Let me begin. I can see. What happens to these personalities? I'm asking, do these personalities? I'm asking, do these traits don't they? Most of the people try to hide these traits because they are not intentional. So, how do you get to know that someone loves you? How do you get to know that they love you? It is not by the words they speak, but it is by the intent they have to ensure that the relationship. Mm. Anonymous Akas anasema bro, kiherehere ni mbaya. Imagine kukashout bet alafu bet inashinda. I know how it feels. But you bet ndio ufike kwa hiyo level, you need to be very wise. Jacom, you're saying, okay, retired is saying, does marriage bring out the worst in us? No, marriage does not bring the worst out of us. Marriage will never bring the worst out of us. What marriage does, it reveals. Anonymous, pole sana for that. Pole for that. Marriage does not reveal, or it does not bring the worst out of us. What marriage does, it manifests who we are. If you get into it, you will begin acting differently. You'll begin doing things that are not right. And that is how people lose it. Because like I said, nothing is in marriage. So when you get into marriage and you begin pouring into marriage, the two of you, those kinds of negativities. So marriage, what will do, it will manifest those things. So if you're doing it positively and you're bringing good things into marriage, that is what marriage will manifest. One thing that I learned even with my partner is that, you know what? let's talk. If there's an issue, we need to talk. We don't need to fight. Don't need to shout. If she feels uncomfortable, she's very quick to come and tell me, you know what, I'm going through this. And we've become partners in crime because that is what we do. Hmm? That is what we do. If you don't have a partner that can communicate, it's going to be difficult. And that is why I'm saying for you guys, you need to be very intentional and committed to what is fundamental for your relationship to grow, for your marriages to grow, for your whole being to become better. So I can see what is Jacob Moses say? Jacob Moses is saying, I discovered. What did you discover? I discovered that she has inherited those behaviors from her family. It's quite unfortunate, but you have to understand the beauty of it all. Like I said, you can ensure that you come together so that you can do something about it. Sorry guys. You can just do something about it and all that. So it is important for you to involve your partner and begin to talk about what is happening in that relationship of yours. That is what I can tell you. I can see Adams Maima is saying history determines. History determines. What does history determine? Let me see. History determines the direction the marriage takes. Yes, very true. I agree with you, my brother. It determines. What else? Let's talk about entrapment. Ama achatu hamtaelewa. No. Sweet kicks. I understand. I think I should talk about entrapment. Entrapment. Let's talk about it on Thursday. I'm gonna have that topic. Don't see kitu kidogo. I'm gonna talk about it. Entrapment. Let me just write it down. Sasa kalamu zangu ziko wapi? I need to write it down. Let me put it down here on my phone. It's something that needs to be addressed, and I think it's important for us to get into that level whereby we all understand. Hakuna point ndogo, hakuna point kubwa. Entrapment is something that is happening all over. I understand what you're saying, my sister. Yes. Richard, have you ever opened the wrong side of the bottle? It happens. It happens. It happens. Naelewa kitu nasema. Yes, Thursday it is. Kabisa. I can see Mike, is it Mick.ih_1? There's no love nowadays. Men should guide their frame always. No, there's love. Love is not a feeling. The problem with many people who say there's no love, it's because they base their kind of love on feelings. Love is not a feeling. Love is a decision. So you make a decision. So you choose the person you want to be with. That is why you have to open your eyes wide. And your third eye should see intentionally how this person is so that you can begin something that is tangible. So there is love. There is love. And that love is not a feeling. That love is a decision. Let's ask the right question. What are these causes first? Yes, very true. I'm going to talk about that also, which is very fundamental. Thank you so much, Adams, for that. Yes. What else? I can see, guys. Yes. Beautiful. Entrapment. Home top, what are you saying? Why do men say they choose you as it's a favor they did to you? No, it's not a favor. A man who tells you that they chose you based on them, trying to show that it was a favor, that is not the right person also to be with, I can say. The reality of the matter is, I can see Justy at number. Thank you for joining. The important thing that you need to do is, when you're getting into a relationship, ladies, let me tell you, when a man stays in that relationship, because it is the man who makes a decision to be in a relationship. If a man is staying and is totally committed to that relationship, he made a decision. But if that man is still hitting here and there, that man has not made a decision. That is one thing you have to understand. So Nancy Benedict, what do you do with a partner who does not communicate? Mind you, it's a long distance relationship. I can tell you, that is a topic and a half. And I think, thank you, nimeandika sasa. Yes, let me have my... What do you do with a partner who does not communicate? Mind you, it's a long distance relationship. You see, communication, number one, it's the number one attribute of being in a relationship. And communication is not just talking. Communication is the willingness to be a part of the relationship, not just to be in the relationship. Because there are many people that are in the relationship, but they're not part of it. So it's important for each one of us to be a part of that relationship. If you are in marriage, be a part of it. Don't just wait for your husband to do ABCD while it can be in your power to do it. Don't just wait for your wife to do certain things. If it is also in your power to do it, you can do it. So be very intentional. So Nancy, I need you to understand that long distance relationships sometimes can be very hectic, but you have to be very intentional. Your man or your partner needs to be very intentional, and if they're not intentional, that is a red flag. Him not communicating, it is a red flag in itself, because it shows and it proves that they are not willing to build or to nurture the relationship, because it is from communicating that you also nurture that relationship. So Adams Maima, you're saying human race is nowadays selfish. Showing love is dangerous. Like I said, it is the people you meet with that will determine how the relationship is. If you meet with a selfish man or a selfish woman, that relationship will not work. But we have people that function based on kingdom, and those are the people that determine how the relationship is going to be. So my prayer is that you're going to meet with the right person that will make your relationship worthwhile. So let's talk about this issue. Pornography and masturbation. Mm. Oh, Montana underscore Dimes, will you mind touching on the red flags in long distance? Yes, one of it, I think, not even I think, one of it indeed, it's lack of proper communication. Lack of proper communication. Just imagine you're far from this person, and nowadays people have 2 3 phones. So you cannot tell me that you call this person at night, especially ladies. You love calling us men at night to find out if there is someone else, and this person does not pick up your calls most of the time. Even during the day, they don't pick up your phone calls most of the time. What do you expect? It really tells that there is something fishy going on. And when we talk about red flags, most of the time, na hizi long distance relationships, it's all about lack of proper communication most of the time. Because these people, where they are, you never know what they're doing. And it's not about the males, it is also about the ladies. Even we have ladies, you try to call them, they will not pick up your call at that moment. They will not do it. So I think it is important to be very sensitive on this issue of communication, because I can mention a lot of red flags, but if you just get to understand this one peke yake kwanza, communication, you will be able to win in that relationship, because you have to master the art of communication and understand it, so that now you can build a relationship. Because how can you build a relationship with a person that is not even talking to you, not even saying anything to you? It's not going to work. Adams, you're saying, but we did not choose where the universe will place us. No, everything lies within us, Adams. Everything lies within us. Remember, you are where you are where you are meant to be. Reason, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, we are the ones who determine the outcome. Remember, God is almighty, but God gave us something that we call free will. Free will. It is a power of choice. You choose whatever you desire. You choose whatever you want. So if you do not direct your footsteps into what is tangible, you will always lose your way. And I'm not talking from the place of perfectionism. I'm talking from the place of being imperfect, because I'm also a victim in that area. And when I came to understand that where I am is as a result of what I chose, The woman that I'm married to was my choice. The things that I'm doing were my choices. So it is for you to make sure that when you're choosing, you choose what is going to take you to that place that you've always desired. The reason why you're where you are, it's because of the choices you made back in the days. So you keep on losing focus and you keep on losing your way. So at the end of the day, unaenda na circles. Today I learned something. Let me go to the Bible a little bit. You know, the children of Israel were kikuwa huko Egypt, and then they were being taken from Egypt, and they were going to the promised land. Those people, they roamed for 40 years in the desert. 40 years. Why? Because of lack of knowledge. Peke yake, lack of knowledge. But the ones that broke out from what the system was doing to them and how the system was functioning, those were the people that entered the promised land. So knowledge is what will take us into the next level. Remember, for you to have a beautiful home as a man, choose the right woman. Don't choose a good woman, choose the right woman. A good woman can shake her nyash. A good woman, she's beautiful. Her breasts are looking fine. Everything, the rear, whatever, they are looking fine. She can be all that good, but not all that glitters is gold. But remember, you can find this right woman, a woman that knows herself. She's so feminine and understands her position. Substance is what leaks from her beauty. So that is a woman that is intentional. Even you, my sister, I want you to know that don't just marry a man who is tall, dark, and handsome. Don't marry a man because he can stroke you good. No. Marry a man who can lead and direct you into what is productive. A man that is intentional, a man who can hold you and tell you, you know what, my baby girl, I am here and I'm going to support you. A man that is going to shape and direct you into what is productive. I'm telling you the truth. We are all where we are because we made certain decisions. So take responsibility. So relationships are draining, mwalimu. No, relationships are not draining. It is the people you married that are draining. It is the people you married that are draining. What am I seeing here? Okay, as we continue, Peter Shelley is saying Kimondo 1. Okay, thank you so much for tagging your friend. So when we're talking about masturbation and pornography in marriage, it has become a pandemic. It's a crisis. Tash, you're saying, hey to you, Tash. Karibu sana. Hmm? Yes. Oh my God. You know, I'm just looking at these points I was studying during the day. I'm good, Tash. Thank you so much. You can see Marenya has joined also. Thank you so much. So, this issue of pornography and this issue of masturbation, the question is, why do people get involved into these acts? Why are people so committed into doing these things? Phyllis, a fantasy, you're saying, I feel like loving again. It is possible, Phyllis. It is possible. The other day, I was just talking to this lady who had given up in love. This lady had given up in love. Tash, Kenya is beautiful. Thank you so much. What about where you are? How is everything? So it is beautiful to get in, to fall. In fact, don't fall in love. Be in love. Be in love. So if you feel like loving again, I want you to be very intentional. Open your eyes, not only your physical eyes, even your inner eyes. Get to see the truths about this person and the realities that are with this person. In that very moment, you're going to see where you can be in that very relationship. Peter Bon is saying, good evening, family. Greetings from Pretoria, South Africa. Yes, Peter Bon. How is you? Thank you for joining. Welcome once again. Yes, the topic of today is basically the crisis of pornography and masturbation, its effects, addiction, and its mental health risks. That is the topic of today. I want to know the topic. You know the topic now? The crisis of pornography and masturbation, its effects, addiction. But right now, I'm just answering a few questions from you guys. So Mike or Meek dot ih_1, you're saying, why do we romanticize past relationships that were actually unhealthy? Why do we romanticize past relationships that were actually unhealthy? It's because of ignorance. It's because of lust, that strong feeling towards something. You know, that strong feeling still towards your partner. And that is why people don't get it right. You know, you're getting into this present relationship, but you still want to have feelings for the, for the past, past relationship. How can it be? You need to focus on what you want to achieve, because focus will enable you to see where you're going. That is very, very crucial. So if you're joining, we're talking about the crisis of pornography and masturbation, its effects, and addiction, especially in marriage and in relationships. And if you're single, it's also good for you to learn these things. So point number one, porn rewires desire. Porn rewires desire. Porn rewires desire. Before I go to that point number one, I can see Phyllis has asked a question here. Phyllis and Fantas, are there true men still? They are. We have men who have made a decision to be in a relationship. Those are the true men. Men who know that they were imperfect, but they're willing to make it right. They know that they're imperfect, but they're willing to make a relationship. So don't just marry a man because of how he looks. Marry a man who is intentional. I'm telling you the truth. Thank you, Adobes, for that comment. Thank you so much. So true men are there. Trust me, true men are there. At Phyllis, true men are there. Understand that and get it right. For more information, you can get to book a session with me. Go to www.salimcyrus.com, or you can DM me and we can have some time together. If you have any burning question and all that, you can ask me. And by the way, guys, I'm beginning. If you can see kwa story, there's something I'm beginning. I'm beginning. It's going to be called Connect Masterclass. It's going to be on Google Meet. Only $5 peke yake. $5. If you want to be a part of the conversation, I'll be sending you a link every last day of the month. That is when we're going to be having that class. So please, please, please don't hesitate to join. Come, be a part of it, and we can grow and we can see ourselves have something. Adams Maima is saying, Cyrus, I don't think I can trust any woman anymore. I know it's difficult to trust, but it is not impossible to make it right. It is not impossible to make it right. I believe there's always the right person for you to get to be hooked up with, so that your relationship can become and all that. So what I can tell you is, be very intentional, get to see the reality of the moment even before you get into the next relationship. It is allowed. If you broke up with this person, what else? We are relational beings. So remember, you will get someone in your life who is going to be a part of you and make you enjoy her life and make you enjoy the beauty of what it is in this life. When I'm seeing my life, kuna kitu ina affect. Imeniletea tu life will end in 4 minutes and I'm wondering why. And ijaleta ile kitu ya kutoa, so it's becoming difficult. Yes. Adobes, thank you so much for answering. Adams Baima, there are good women out there. Trust me, my brother Adams, we have good women out there. We have good women out there. So I'm wondering, what am I supposed to do here? This live, I'm supposed to... Yeah? What is happening here? I'm really trying to see what I can do, because it's bringing something here that haitaki kutoka. Hataki kutoka. Adams Maya, every right here, you can see the division. Even right here, you can see the division. No, it's because, I've told you, it's because of the people. Oh, I tap. Tell people to tap the screen. Tell people, guys, you're the one nyambo tap the screen, because it's telling me in 3 minutes going to end. Na ijaniletea that thing. So guys, tap the screen so that we can begin to tuone hii kitu imetoka. Hata mimi mwenyewe na tap. I'm tapping my screen. Yes, Passion, thank you for that. People, please tap the screen. Tap. Ndo tuone nini. Mm-hmm. Eh? You could tap ndio kula. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm really trying. Imagine it's saying 2 minutes and then I'm gonna be out. And haijaleta hii kitu ya kutoa. What am I going to do? There we go again. I know nilikuwa nimetoka kidogo but mm-hmm. Oh my god. You mean I'm going off? Guys, hata nikienda ndarudi tap. Ndarudi pap. So please join me. The next few ndo tumalize hii topic. Oh, come on. Chelsea, what's up, Chelsea? I can see you. Huh? I can see you, Chelsea. Lakini my screen is dark, by the way, guys. My screen is dark. And I'm really it's one is happening. No, I've never experienced this by the tutoki imeleta. Thank you. Tuko ndani. Tuko ndani. Tuko ndani. Miss Nash, hi to you. We back. We back. We back like nobody's business. We back. Thank you so much at Passion. Irene.ke, thank you for joining. And guys, you can share this live so that we can begin even more. So we're talking about pornography. Pornography. Porn rewires desire. Your brain learns pixels, not people. Do you know this issue of pornography has become something that has made people to lose their ability to perform even in marriage, to perform in relationships. And what is Mick saying? How does childhood trauma show up in adult relationships? Yani leo mtaki tuongelee topic. And I don't want unanswered. At Mick, I want you to understand. You know, there are certain situations that come about. I've seen people being arrogant and violent to their children. Today, I just saw a clip all the way from America. This couple, it's a couple, two ladies. You know, this other lady ameachana and husband yake, so they're living together and all that. So in that particular moment, what happened is that they were mistreating the children very badly, mistreating them and making them not have something substantial in their lives. So I began to see it beyond what those guys were doing. Childhood traumas. People are traumas in their lives, and what happens, you know, in their afterlives is that they begin to manifest certain situations that were never meant. So you'll find yourself being arrogant even with people. The other day, I just saw a lady in the street, and these conductors were trying to say hi to her. Hi, madam, how you doing? But this lady doesn't want to say hi. So these makangas and these conductors were telling her, go to hell. And they insulted her. And then this lady, you know what? When you meet with these people and they say hi, just say hi. It does not harm. Some of these guys don't want, they've just seen that you're beautiful and they just want to say hi. Yet, be very cautious about the moment. But just say hi. There's no harm. If a man passes you and that man says hi to you, my sister, say hi. But be very cautious. Be very sensitive about the moment so that you don't also lose yourself. So, Mick, I want you to go to my website. I've talked about this topic, about childhood trauma. And on my website, just go there and you're going to see it under mental health. The topic is under mental health because it's childhood trauma and all that. So when you go to mental health, and you're going to see that topic concerning childhood trauma, or you can DM me, you can book a session with me, and I'll take you through. So that we can also have to, talk about this. So go to my website, www.salimcyrus.com. Under mental health, you're going to find childhood traumas, that issue, and you're going to just read. It's not a long article. In fact, it's a very simple one. Get to learn about it. If you're not satisfied with it, please book a session with me. There's a button on my website. Just click there. You're going to reach me, and my team will be there to help you get a better way of being helped. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, When we talk about pornography, because pornography has become that tragic and it has made many people lose their way of thinking. I know of people who've called me, who've expressed this issue to me, and they're telling me, Salim, you know what? I can't enjoy my wife. And there are women who are telling me I cannot enjoy my husband because at the end of the day, what happens is that I'm so addicted to pornography. If I just want to satisfy myself, it's pornography. When I get to see my wife's nakedness, I cannot even, Macchiati cannot stand. There's nothing Macchiati can do. I'm gonna call it Macchiati. So Macchiati does nothing. So what happens at the end of the day? There's nothing that is tangible in this relationship. We are like brothers and sisters. And nowadays I've seen my wife. My wife is not intentional. My wife is not intentional. She does not even think of giving me her body. My bro tell me. And then I get to talk even to the wife. And then I get to find that the wife is also struggling with pornography and masturbation. So the woman can satisfy herself. So at the end of the day, what happens? The relationship is not thriving. People are living like brothers and sisters. Why? Because porn trains neural reward circuits. That is what it does to respond to novelty. That is what it happens. Let me make it simple. Let me make it simple for you guys so that you can get to understand. You see, porn trains the brain to seek fantasy over reality. Porn trains the brain to seek fantasy over reality. And that is what has made many people, especially men, you want to satisfy that fantasy. Let me give an example, like the Sidika Vera. You know that lady Sidika Vera? That Sidika Vera, if you just get to see, she's put herself in that style, that big body and all that, because that is what men want. So there are many men who've called me and told me, Salim, you know what? I just love seeing, Sidika Vera. Sidika Vera. When I get to see Sidika Vera, I'm telling you the true person. Enables me or helps me to masturbate. And this is the only way I can satisfy myself. Why? Because this is what porn does. It rewires desire so that a real partner becomes less stimulating. And you know what I'm talking about, my brothers. Even you, my sisters, you know what I'm talking about. You wait for your husbands to walk out of the house, your boyfriends to walk out of the house. And then the only thing you can do is to just satisfy yourself. Because that is how you get pleasure. That is how you feel like this is what I needed to make myself. But do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing? You are destroying intimacy. You're destroying intimacy. Men and women raised on porn often struggle to connect emotionally and physically in real relationships. That is what is happening. Real relationships. People are not even willing to connect and to be a part of each other. That is what is happening. And how is it going to be? Because I know this is a topic that even you, as you're watching, it's difficult for you to express yourself here. Some of you, I know you're struggling with this, but you cannot comment here. You cannot say anything about it because you know very well it has caused much pain. And if you know you're here and you're watching this, remember this is not a religious platform. And I want you to peel that skin of religion. If you're from SDA, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Christian, if you're whatever, I want you to peel that skin of religion. And I want us to tackle this issue so that we can heal, we can be delivered. Because I told you, prayer does not deliver, teaching does. Deliverance is not taught. Deliverance, it is not prayed. Deliverance is not prayed. Deliverance is taught. So, Ima, you're saying cheating subjects want to this. You lose interest on your partner. Yes. You get to lose that interest. And that is why many people are into infidelity. There's a guy who called me the other time and told me, Salim, you know what? My wife doesn't do these things for me. She doesn't do these things to me. And I've decided to go pay for sex. I want to go and pay for sex. And this is what I've done. I've gone to the street. And there are these women, I have to pay them. And the things that these women do to me, my God, it's amazing. I know I can have sex. I can have sex with my wife. But I want more than sex. I want my woman to touch me where I've never been touched. I want her to know my body. And that is why we need to talk about this thing. If you're married, I want you. If you're married, I want you. If you're married, I want you. Be intentional about your marriage. Stop being a boring partner in that relationship, my sister. Stop just washing your body and looking good in the house. Be active. My brother, be active. Stop being this guy who is very busy. The only sex that you need is when you masturbate and when you go out of your way and begin to look for other women. No, your wife can do it if you can only learn to do it together. Nothing is difficult. This is something that you need to learn with your partner. You need to learn with her. Teach her, my brother. Teach him, my sister. Do it. Be intentional. That is how you're going to make it. And I know I'm talking to a majority of you. I know you're married. And I want you to be very serious about this issue, because at the end of the day, if you don't do this, if you don't get to do this together, let me tell you, my sisters, let me tell you, men love sex. Sex is their food. As much as respect and honor is very important, but remember, sex is good for men. It is their food. My brother, let me tell you, it is not about how good you can smash your wife. It is not how good you can stroke her. No, she needs more than that. She needs what we call intimacy. Now, pornography has become so dangerous. Masturbation has become so dangerous that it has made couples to lose that intimate moment. They have lost that, that oomph, that strength. I can see Adam's Maima is saying they don't have time. They are busy competing with men. No, this is not a blame game. This is not a blame game. This is an issue that is affecting both of us. We are humans. We are naturally humans. Women are humans. Men are humans. And this is something that we are struggling with. It is not a competition, my brother Adams. It is something I can tell. I've talked to ladies and they're calling me and telling me same thing that is affecting our ladies, our men. Our men are struggling with masturbation. And it is important to talk about this. I can see my sister over here, Hadiali. Thank you for following me. And for all those people that are following me, asanteni sana, I appreciate. So it is important to talk about this. So remember, that's why marriages collapse, relationships collapse, because the partner feels like they are competing with a screen. Adams, they are competing with a screen. As a man, you look at that woman or as a lady, you look at that man on that screen and you want to do things because that person is making you feel some type of way. Yes, amen, JB from Care. Thank you so much. So this is not pleasure. It's slavery disguised as entertainment. Adams is saying, kinyimo mara tatu una expect tuende wapi? Talk to your partner. I've told you, Adams, women are emotional beings. Speak to her. Be emotional about it. Ongea na yeye. If you can go to the streets and talk to another lady na ingie box. Kama unaweza enda kwa street and you talk to that other lady na ingie box. Bila kumpedo. Even without giving her money. And she comes into your life. Even me. I've been to supermarkets and I've just said hi to a lady. Hi. You're married, but you say hi in a way that lady feels like, you know what, I was waiting for this. But it was for you to draw that line and set some boundaries. So my brother Adams, I want you to understand for real, it's all about speaking a woman's language. And you're going to get it. And you're going to get it. Why is it that men changed from how they were from the beginning? You met this lady the first day and your words were so sweet and she came into your life. But when she came into your life, you changed. My brother, I need you to be very intentional. Not only you, Adams. I'm talking to all the brothers here. I'm talking to you, brothers. Please, let's be intentional. Pornography will destroy that real intimacy, that reality of being in marriage, that reality of enjoying the beauty of being in a relationship. I know, Adams, they also change. I understand. I understand that. But play your part. If that person is not willing, they were not willing from the beginning. So point number 2, masturbation, listen to this. Masturbation, they say it is not harmless. It's self-bondage. That's psychological. Not harmless, but it's self-bondage. So that's another controversial statement over there. So what do we mean? Society tells men and women that masturbation is healthy. That is what it does. We have doctors who say masturbation is healthy. You can do it by yourself. That is what they tell you. With the example I gave from the beginning, I gave you an example, and I told you, just like a car, it requires that brake fluid. And if the pipes of that brake, it's destroyed, what is going to happen? You know, that pressure to release that brake fluid, it will be less. And that is what happens to people who keep on masturbating. Doctors can correct me over there. So society tells men and women that masturbation is healthy. The truth, it's self-bondage. The truth is, it's self-bondage. You're carrying things into your system that will make you lose your ability to become that person that will enjoy what relationships offer in marriage. Thank you, Adobes, for that. So it conditions your body to crave a quick fix without intimacy. That is what masturbation does. It conditions. So how does masturbation happen? It is the thought you had from what you are watching, like pornography. And sometimes, especially men, you go into the streets and there's a kanyash you saw. Nowadays, we have these social platforms. You go to Facebook, to Instagram, to all these social platforms. And 95% of the content nowadays is women twerking. Nowadays, I'm even seeing, the other day I came across an Nini, and I don't take time to watch those things. I know how to you need to protect yourself. Protect what you see. A lady is naked. And she's just trying to play with, trying to show that she was just doing something so that she can show her, her nakedness and all that. So if a man is not strong here, they will carry, that image. And that image is what will help them when they go back at home and they are alone. In fact, not alone, they are lonely. Because whenever you are lonely, that is the moment you are desperate to do things that are not required. And never ever make a deal when you're hungry. Never ever make a decision when you're hungry. Even today when you go for a meeting, never ever go to that meeting when you're hungry. Never. So if you're lonely, you become desperate and you become hungry. The best thing that you can do to yourself is to be alone. Be alone. When we say, do you live with someone? No, I live. You never say that I live lonely, I live alone. So being by yourself is the best thing, but being lonely will make you lose your way in this life. So what masturbation does, it harms you. It places you in a position that you cannot function right. So society will tell you it is healthy, and then at the end of the day, that's a bond. So it conditions your body to crave a quick fix without intimacy. Do you know that people who masturbate, what happens to them? That image. And every man here, you're watching me, 99% of us men, we are victims of this. 99% of women, we are victims. You're a victim of this. And it is important for us to address this issue so that now people can begin to heal. People can begin to be transformed, to be changed. Their way of thinking can be developed. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian. It doesn't matter if you're a Muslim. It doesn't matter if you're a Buddhist. It doesn't matter if you're a whatever religion, whatever race, whatever tribe. This is an issue that is affecting each one of us. In fact, I've met, hardcore Muslims struggling with this issue. Muslims that I never thought, and they're telling me this issue is so tricky. I've met with the people who ribashanda, and they're struggling with this. Their pastors are not talking about this, because even the same pastors, they're struggling with this issue, but they will not talk about it. Listen to this. You know, it conditions your body to crave a quick fix without intimacy, commitment, or responsibility. You are literally training yourself to be satisfied alone. You see? You're training yourself to be satisfied by yourself, creating anti-relationship habits that bleed into marriage. Do you know why most of the people are struggling sexually in marriage? Because most of you satisfied yourselves before marriage. And this is one thing I came to find, that people masturbated by themselves. Can I talk? If you want me to talk and be open enough, comment there and tell me if I can talk. Nifungue ama nisifungue. Niendelee ama nisiendelee. Wacha ni comment. If you really want me to continue with this, comment there, let me know. If you really want me to be open enough, let me know. Mnataka kusikia hii story. You really want to hear what I'm talking about. Thank you guys. Irene, Ronnie, Ima, thank you guys. Thank you. So, I can see Adobes, Adams, thank you so much. Thank you. So, this is the point. I've seen people struggle. Virginia Wamboy, thank you so much for joining. I've seen people struggle with this issue for so long. And that is why I think it is important, vile nasema, and I'm repeating myself over and over, to talk about it. Do you know why most marriages are suffering? Thank you, Adams. Thank you, my brother. Do you know why many relationships they're dying, and many relationships are not going anywhere, especially sexually? It is because you find that most women, they have nothing to offer in marriage. They have nothing to offer in marriage. Because what style can they give to their husband that they've never given to someone else? You went, ukadungwa zile vitu, those things, you were injected those things so that you wouldn't get pregnant. And then what happens? For 1 year, that man has been ejaculating inside of you and doing crazy things to you. Bend over, all over. Kukurusha juu na chini. So today you are married to this person. There is nothing you can offer. And then when your man is talking about it, you think he's nagging you. No, he's not nagging you. You are the problem, because you have nothing to offer as a lady. You are masturbating, and there's nothing you can offer. And that is why most of you are not winning in your relationships. And your marriage will die as a woman if you're not taking responsibility. Stop waiting for your man to initiate most of the time. My sister, if that woman on social media can be very intentional to twerk because she has a goal. For you, you are married. Your husband is your goal. Twerk for your husband. Shake for you. Even if you don't know how to twerk. I know of a couple, their wife doesn't know how to twerk, but their wife says, I will twerk even this kabad twerk to my husband. You get the point? So be very intentional. Be very intentional. And you have to learn. I know it has become a struggle for you to let go. I know it became a struggle. It was an issue. But you need to understand that you need to accept that you experienced whatever you experienced. And now I'm in a new place and I need to express myself in a new way. That is how you'll begin to see changes in your relationship. And let me talk to you, my brothers. You know very well there's nothing you can offer to your wife, because you've slept with 1,779, 889, 2,000, women in this world. You've had 3 sums, 4 sums, 10 sums. So today you look at your wife, you have nothing to offer. Why? Because the things you did, you're looking at your wife, she's not even among the 3 sum. So it's like your wife, she's not giving you anything. So you're not getting satisfied with her, because you're trying to lose yourself in the moment. I can see Philip, thank you so much for the gift. Thank you so much. So I want you to understand, being in marriage and being in a relationship, there are things you need to tackle, you need to work on them. Pornography being one of them. Pornography being one of them, and masturbation being the second thing. Let us go to point number 3. Porn is the silent teacher raising a generation. I have my cousin. I have a cousin of mine, and we were talking the other day, and he was telling me, you know, Salim, I love people coming to my place, and I took in some of my friends' kids, and I wanted to help them because I have a big house and all that, and even some few siblings from my sisters and my bros, and I took them in, and I was like, so what happened? Imagine, because of Wi-Fi and all that, these kids, they are little. Wamefunga shule, the schools were closed, and this time, this is what has happened. I can see Safe Haven Initiative. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining and for being part of this. So, and my cousin tells me, you know what? I just found out that these kids are watching pornography. They're watching pornography. And Makiu Salim, I just found that one of the teenage girls was masturbating. Why? Because of technology, because of this internet we allow our children to have. I know at some point, the modern day parent, it is kind of difficult for us to, to control technology and all that. Nowadays, these kids don't even, the other day I just found out, and I was like, kumbe nishazeeka. I'm growing old. Why? Because these kids nowadays, what they do not communicate via phones, via text messages as usual. For me, it is difficult to text from Instagram to Instagram. No. But these kids are communicating from Instagram to Instagram. When will you ever find hidden messages or hidden agendas? You will never find. That is what they are doing today. So porn is the silent teacher raising a generation. And this thing has been happening. The first day I watched pornography, let me be open with you. The first day I watched pornography, I was in standard 8. I was in standard 8. That is back in 19 what? Hey, what is this? I had the news there. I will never want to go that way again. And I met people watching pornography. So I peeped. I was like a boy. So I peeped guys watching. Do you know that image up to date? Nikona your image. I still have that image. Up to date. It was a white couple. Up to date, I still have that image. So whatever you're watching today, you will carry it. Today, it's on social media. Yeah? I can see even porn stars are on various social medias. They are displaying their services, that this is what they can do. Because porn is the silent teacher raising a generation. So forget schools, forget churches. Porn is raising the next generation. Look at the young girls. Look at the young girls. You know this girl who was masturbating on her video trended and all that. I didn't even want to watch that video. But people are telling me, have you seen that video? She was masturbating. This Kenyan lady by the name Kawot. Kasmol, something Kasmol. That lady. And I wonder, what are we doing as a generation? What are we doing? What is your responsibility? What is your responsibility? Not just the other day. Yesterday, I was talking to this friend of mine, and we were just having a walk, and we were talking about infidelity in marriage. And we were asking ourselves question, bro, how can you, as a man, why should you cheat on your man? It was a random talk. And that brother of mine was like, bro, it is very true. How should you cheat on your wife? Just imagine you go sleep with this woman, and then now your wife comes, you go to your wife in the evening, and then your wife, she holds your spindle, and she's doing, you know what I'm talking about, guys. As a man, how does that make you feel? Even as a lady, how does that make you feel? That is why I always say marriage is for grown-ups. Marriage is for men and women. Marriage is not for boys and girls. Because boys and girls only fall or get into marriage because of love and sex. Like I always say, marriage is for men and women, people that are grown. Because men and women marry for purpose and companionship. That is one thing that I learned, and it has stuck with me. If you're a man enough and a woman enough, purpose is what you focus on. Companionship is a part of you, and you build on that. So forget schools, forget churches. Porn is raising the next generation. It has become the hidden curriculum, whatever, teaching boys how to treat women and girls how to see themselves. That is what it's doing. And that is why the issue of homosexuality, the issue of lesbianism has increased. Because people want to satisfy themselves. Pornography has created a curiosity whereby now women really want to experience another woman. And the man or the male wants to experience another male. Why should it be like that? And then when we address these issues, people tend to lose themselves. Yes, Jerry, you can never satisfy the... You can never. I agree with you. You can never satisfy the flesh. But we need to understand self-control is a gift. Self-control is a gift. It is a God-given gift. And it doesn't know a Christian, a Buddhist, a Muslim. It is a gift when you ask God by His grace, He's going to give you. Hii si kitu ya Wakristo peke yake, hati ya Muslims peke yake. No, it is something when you tell God, I need this gift of self-control. He is going to give it to you. He's going to give it to you. So the problem, porn doesn't teach love. Remember, porn does not teach love. It will never teach you love. What porn does, it only magnifies your passions and your desires and your fantasies so that it can be fulfilled in that moment. Champion, thank you so much. So porn doesn't teach love, respect, or covenant. It teaches domination. Have you ever seen those men who want to dominate their men? It's like they're lions and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. That is what they want to do. And the women are like, you know what, stay there. It teaches dominance. Objectification. That is what it teaches. You see someone like an object. You want to use them. You just want to enjoy them in that moment and then you let go. That is why most of you men, when having sex with your wives, you release your ejaculate at the end of the day. You sleep like a log. You don't even kiss your wife goodnight. You don't even cuddle her because you're like, I've just released. Most of you wives, after having sex with your husband, that is what you do. You don't want even him to touch you. You released, it's okay, he can sleep now. He becomes just a weapon of satisfaction. And that is why most of these marriages, guys, you are struggling. Because what happens? Porn teaches that you can only be in a place of emptiness. Emptiness. You will never be satisfied if pornography is the only way to go. You will never see yourselves in the next level because it also affects your spirituality. And that is why most of you, it is difficult even to pray. It is difficult even to study the Bible. Today I was studying, in fact, I was studying the Quran today. I'm not a Muslim. No, I'm not a Muslim, but I study. In the morning, I just woke up and read some 2-3 verses. And as I was studying this book, and I found out that we were told, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So make sure that you take something. Be knowledgeable. I have this. What are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding yourself? I have my Bible over here. I have different versions of the Bible. I have the Expositor's Study Bible. I have, what is this? What? That one. Can read whatever. What am I trying to say? It is important to find something that will help you grow. Learn something. Don't be limited. Get that Quran if it's, based on spirituality. Get that Quran, Soma. Get the Bible, Soma. Get the Constitution, Soma. I have a whole Constitution in my house, and I'm studying the Constitution. I'm studying it. Why? Whatever the Gen Zs were doing the other day, they were doing it right. The problem is they were doing without knowledge. So ikakuwa ngumu for them to take over. But if we did it according to the Constitution, right now the one sitting there hangekuwa. So study it. I never knew that the Constitution itself has 18 chapters. And around 264 articles. I never knew. But because of studying, I'm getting to know these things. So what are you feeding your mind? Is it pornography? The things that you feed your mind in marriage, that is what you're going to release. That is what you're going to expose. That is what you're going to release in your marriage. What are the things you watch? Personally, when I get to YouTube, what I do, you'll find me watching people cooking, people doing. Those are the things you're going to find on my feed and all that. You'll find them at home. If you see feeding, football, all those things, the football highlights. I just want to watch things that are tangible. Things that will help my mind grow. Things, even if it's entertainment, things that will entertain me. So what are you watching? Even ukiwa peke yako. What are you watching? Jerry is saying, I watch Diary of a CEO. Yeah, it's okay. Have something that is tangible. Have something that will help you. Have something that will help you. Remember, that's why we have a generation of men and women who can't lead. In fact, we have a generation of men who can't lead and women who can't trust. Because a woman has satisfied herself. Right now, she cannot even trust men. And a man can never lead because he can satisfy himself. And this is one of the dangers. If a woman feels that she can satisfy herself, she will never trust any man. She will never. And that is why we get to find people saying, the greatest mistake in this life is to marry. No. It is because you're doing things that are not right. It is because you're doing things that are not right. Number 4, addiction that looks normal. Addiction that looks normal. This is one thing also. When it becomes normal to you. Ross, you're one of them? What do you mean by that you're one of them? Let me understand. Let me not think out of the box and then I lose the point. At Ross, let me know what you mean by with I'm one of them, sir. And then we are going to help one another. Let me get to know. So, addiction that looks normal. Addiction that looks normal. If this thing becomes normal to you, it has begun or it has become a distraction to yourself. If anything, not only pornography or masturbation, if anything negative becomes normal to you, it has become a distraction. And let me tell you, if you do not work on it, it will destroy your mental faculty. There will be an inability to focus, an inability to make decisions that are profound. Let me read for you something. Unlike drugs or alcohol, porn addiction hides well. It hides. Porn addiction, it hides well. Don't tell me that you're born again. Don't tell me that you're born again and Christ lives in you. In fact, I've met with people who are holier than thou, sanctimonious, religiously committed to Christ himself, and they're struggling with addiction, porn addiction. And they're praying every day, they want to come out of it, but it is a struggle. Don't tell me that you go to Mecca and all those religious platforms or places that is to nini ati unenda kuomba, you're going to pray over there, you're telling Allah to help you. I've met with Muslims that are committed, Muslims that know their position in the Islam religion. They are committed to that, but they're struggling with this. They're struggling, and they don't want to speak about it. Some of these people, they don't want to speak about it because they know their lives. They might be unalived because of religion. Thank God for Christians. Most of you, you know, Christianity, no one is going to unalive you. Adobes, yes, very true. Real gems, very true. So, unlike drugs or alcohol, this thing has hidden. Yes, Real James is saying religion is the root of our problems. That's another topic, my brother. I'm going to talk about even this thing called religion. In fact, on Saturday, I'm going to be talking about this. So, unlike drugs or alcohol, porn addiction hides well. No smell, no slurred words, no empty bottles, but the brain damage is real. The brain damage is real. For those that are in Kenya, even all over the world, if you're watching me, there's this man that I've seen people sharing and posting all over, especially ladies. And there's this other lady I met with her, and she's saying, now I took this man and I'm washing him. I took this man, now I'm washing him, now he's going to be mine and all that. And this man was caught masturbating in the streets. It has become a norm that it is okay to masturbate. But do you know why? That person, his mental ability has been destroyed. His brain has been damaged. Why? Because dopamine pathways get hijacked. Dopamine pathways, they get hijacked. Religion, as much as it is how it is, this very thing makes people lose their ability to become. Let me ask you, my sister. You know very well what happens when you get into masturbation, because I've talked to various ladies and they're telling me the only thing that you can do as a lady when you're masturbating is when you're just talking, when you're just thinking about it and you're touching yourself and all that. You're only thinking about releasing. My brothers, you know what I'm talking about. The only thing you're thinking about, you're closing your eyes and you're like, you know what, you're thinking that image that you saw. That is the thing. Let me ask you a question. If you're watching me, my sisters and my brothers, if you're watching me, what is the last image right now, in your brain? What is the last image? That image will determine your outcome. So dopamine pathways get hijacked. Your ability to focus, love, and bond weakens. It weakens completely. You cannot have something that is tangible. You cannot have something that is exclusive. Why? Because now your ability to focus, to love, it has weakened. That is why you're struggling to love your husband, my sister. That is why you're struggling to love your wife. That is why you're struggling to love that boyfriend, my sister, and that girlfriend completely. Because now, my brother, this nyash, masturbation. My sister, this boy, masturbation. What is happening? The only thing that is happening, body counts, addition of body counts. At the end of the day, my sister, you're growing old. Adams Maima, this is life. And people need to be transformed. Many times I was told, let us pray for them to be changed. I've prayed enough, but now I want to speak enough. I want to act enough so that now this message can go far and beyond. By the way, guys, you can call me to a group. You can have a group. Call me. I'll come. Let us talk. Let us just get transformed. Invite me wherever you are. I'll be here to talk about this, and we are going to see ourselves change and become better. If you're in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, everywhere, call me. I'll come. Invite me. Pangeni vizuri, I'll come. Also, visit me on www.salimservice.com. Pale hivi, get more information. There's a button over there. Book a session with me and I'll be happy. Remember, we are also starting a Connect Masterclass every last Friday, last day of every month. I'm going to make sure that I just share the dates and all that so that we can begin. I want us to begin something whereby we are going to be a part of it. Pale ni masterclass. $5 ni ya to make sure that I get materials that will help each one of us. So if you want to be a part of this class, only $5 peke yake, $5 peke yake. I want you to come there so that now we can build each other completely. So I'm not limiting anyone. I know for most of you, $5 is just a throwaway price, but please come, join, be a part of it. It will be on Google Meet. I'm going to be sharing details here, so please be a part of it. If you really want to be a part of it also, please DM me, and I will be sharing more details. You can pay up front, and then tutaendelea na kazi. Yes, so addiction that looks normal. This thing has become normal nowadays, and it has become totally difficult. You think you are in control because nobody sees it, but in reality, it controls you. That is what happens. Addiction of this thing, addiction of pornography and masturbation, what it does, it controls you. And that is what I've seen. Let me give you an example. You know, one of the things I've come to realize is that most of the time, that when a person wants to get into a relationship, one of the things that I've heard even many women talk about, even men, they talk about is, can he or she satisfy me on bed? Can he or she satisfy me in bed? But when I sit down, I get to see people that were struggling with various or certain situations sexually. And that is why before they get into any relationship, they are asking if they can get satisfied, because they know their way of being satisfied back in the days, or what they used to do, is what has made them lose that interest to finding satisfaction from another person. And that is why they ask that question. So remember, if you're not willing, if you're not intentional, you will never find satisfaction from the person that you're willing to be with. You will never find satisfaction. So all these things will control you in reality. Masturbation and pornography will become a control, and it will bring you down. It will devastate you. It will never make you realize that you're losing so much. It will affect your spirituality. It will affect your emotions. It will affect your mental capacity to handle even yourself in the process. It will affect your physical ability to perform even in marriage. Satisfaction ni mtihani yenye haina marking scheme. Adam's Maima is saying. We all get satisfied because of the person we are intentional with. Kama unapenda mtu for real, you'll be satisfied with them, no matter how small you are, how big you are. You know what I'm talking about. So point number 5, the lie of just one more time. The lie of just one more time. So every addict says it. This is the last time. But porn is designed like a trap. Always demanding one more hit, one more video, one more scroll. So today, most of you, even if you're watching me, and today I can see so many people not commenting. I hope you're not commenting, but you're learning something. You can comment, you're learning something. I hope you're learning something. Because masturbation has made people lose their ability to become. It has made people lose their way of really focusing on what is definite. Why? Because every addict says, this is the last time. I will not watch porn. I will not masturbate. Wiz_M. So they should stop gooning. Yes, they should stop gooning. Kabisa. So every addict says it, this is the last time, but porn is designed like a trap, always demanding one more hit, one more video, one more scroll. That is what porn does. I know you're watching this. Thank you, Davis. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For sure, I'm learning something. Big up. Thank you. Big up to you too. So Wiz_M, mulikuwa hapo. Yeah, if you're strong enough to share your experience, please comment. This is not my platform alone. Comment, say how it has been for you, so that we can help someone over here. Ima, you're saying very helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remember, the lie of just one more time, it is a trap in itself. That one more time, kidogo tu. Most of you got pregnant because you're told kidogo tu, kichwa tu, kichwa tu. And today you got pregnant. Most of you got diseases because you're told kichwa tu, kichwa tu. Kidogo tu. Thank you, Wiz_M. I appreciate that. Nelima, hi. Yes, hi. Talk to me, Nelima. So, remember, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. So the deeper you go into pornography, into masturbation, the darker it gets. It destroys you completely. You will have no intention nor desire for anyone. You will lack empathy. You will lack the idea of God in your life, because now something darker controls your ability to become. Yes, you inboxed me. I'm gonna talk to you. I will talk to you. I'm gonna make sure that I talk to you, Nelima. I'm gonna talk to you. Don't worry. I'm gonna talk to you. My apologies. So many messages, but I saw your message, Nelima. So I'm gonna make sure that I talk to you, Kabisa. So don't worry. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. So what am I trying to say? I can see home top no umenini hapo, but I'm gonna be answering all those questions after this live. After this live. So the deeper you go, the darker it gets. Fast content, fast soft content, then hardcore, then violent or taboo. Let me tell you this. So Wiz_M, you have a question? Please ask. Please ask. Please ask. Wiz_M, please ask that question. I'll be very happy to answer it. Please ask. Yes. So fast soft content, then hardcore, then violent or taboo categories you never imagined. You want it normal. After normal, now you want to see homosexual stuff, lesbian stuff. After that, you want to see this thing, animals with human beings and all that. So at the end of the day, what happens? You're getting into a certain curse that you cannot break free from. You are releasing yourself to demonic ideas that you will never get out. And that is why most of you are struggling even to sleep at night, because there are certain hallucinations. You cannot see. Come on. You need to realize that your mind is a platform of so many things. Your mind is a table that carries a lot of things. Your mind is a storehouse. Your mind is a warehouse. So whatever you allow into your system, it will manufacture itself and it will reproduce. And the things that will come out, they will be dangerous to you. So Irene Bosibori, you're saying, this is very true. Addiction to pornography makes you lose interest in love. Too sad. Very true. It makes us lose interest in so many things. Irene.ke, you're saying, corrupting the mind. Crazy. Yes, that is why Paul tells us, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And even from the good words, from this song, from the late Bob Marley, he said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. So this thing has become a mental slavery. It has distracted people, and people, in fact, even politicians, religious leaders, people of greater callings in this world, they are struggling with this issue, but they will never speak about it. Even in Rome, you know, those Catholics, even in Rome, these people are struggling. I know some of these people who are struggling with this issue. And I think it is a high time that these things should be discussed and be talked about. It is not a normal thing. It is something that needs to be talked about. That is why I told you earlier, there is nothing in marriage, completely nothing. We all bring who we are into marriage. So if you are struggling with pornography and you've not changed and you've not been delivered from that, you will bring it into marriage. You will bring whatever kind of issues, marriage, bitterness, anger, all those things, marriage, childhood traumas, marriage. And then you blame marriage. And then you keep on saying marriage is difficult. Marriage is not difficult. It is you who was difficult. and you never wanted to work on your marriage. Yes, it's a silent killer, a cancer. Very true, Irene. Very true. So that's how men end up addicted to things they once thought disgusting. You find people addicted to these things, women addicted to these things. You find women addicted to lesbianism, and they found from the beginning that lesbianism is not right. I know I'm talking to many people. I might be talking to a lesbian today, I might be talking to a homosexual today, and I'm not afraid to say this because I know you're finding it to be fun, you're finding it to be good, but it's gonna destroy you. And I'm not using the tool of religion to bring this message to you. All I'm trying to tell you is your ability to become whatever you desire in this life, beyond money, beyond all these things, will be lost. So it is important for you to understand you need to be a normal human being, a normal human being, a normal human being, a person that understands who they are in this life. So men and women get addicted to things they once thought was disgusting because of this lie. Just one more time. So Wiz_M, what are you saying? I'm spiritual awakening person. I have discernment. Yes. I thank God for you, and because of this statement. It is important for each one of us to be discerning. You should have a discernment that allows you to have an energy that will help you not to allow yourself to be in what will bring destruction into your life. Point number 6. Porn creates mental prisoners. Porn creates mental prisoners. So porn is not about freedom. Because many people tend to say, now I'm free, I can do whatever I want. I can watch pornography, I can enjoy it. But it's about chains. So what are you doing? What you're doing to yourself, you're enslaving yourself. You are putting yourself into prison. And the only person that can take you out of prison, if it is not God, it is you. You're the only one who can take yourself from that. Studies show it worsens depression. Look at that. It worsens depression, anxiety, social withdrawal, and self-hatred. Have you ever seen those people that don't want to be a part of society? It's because they committed themselves into these acts. And right now, their mental capacity to become is no longer valid. So what do? They withdraw from society. They don't want to be a part of society. It causes anxiety. They are always scared to face life because they always feel like they are nothing. They feel like they don't belong. All the time, they are always like, I'm dirty, I'm not clean, I'm not all that. Yes, it's prison of your mind and it's hard to escape it. Yes, Wiz_M, very true. I agree with you. Very true. So it worsens depression. That is why you get to see people are depressed to a certain level, because this issue has made them become guilty of the moment. So many who consume porn daily report feeling numb to life itself. Have you ever felt empty after watching pornography? Have you ever felt empty after masturbating and all that? You want to pray, but it cannot happen. You want to tell God, I'm sorry, but you're feeling guilty. It is because pornography and masturbation has stolen your ability to think straight, even your spiritual capability to handle situations. That space has been occupied by another idea that now you cannot function right. That is why when it comes to a car, you cannot put salt water pale kwa radiator. You can never. You will cause damages. So there are things you cannot allow into your system. There are things you cannot allow into your system. Porn doesn't only destroy relationships, it kills ambition, it kills that feeling to feel your partner, it drains energy, it keeps people stuck in circles of shame and guilt. Like I said, that is why most of you are struggling in marriages. Struggling. You get tired all of a sudden. You don't want to give it to your man. You don't want to give it to your wife. Ima Kanini, you're saying fighting the desire is the biggest problem. Afterwards, someone feels so empty, so useless, and regrets. Very true. Porn doesn't only destroy relationship, it kills ambition. You don't want to do anything. You just want to keep on watching pornography. It drains your energy and keeps people stuck in circles of shame and guilt. It all starts from awareness. Irene is saying it all starts from awareness. Then healing can begin if you let it. Thanks, Salim, for raising awareness. Thank you so much, Irene. Thank you so much. So let us go to point number 7. And I thank you so much, guys, for commenting. I appreciate. Remember, you can find me every Sunday also on YouTube from 8 p.m. On YouTube from 8 p.m. We talk about this issue. We talk about various issues, relationships, couple therapy, personal development, mental issues. We talk about even spirituality. Pale on Sunday. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday here on TikTok from 8 p.m. In fact, I'm starting to begin early here on TikTok so that we can get that engagement and grow even more. Remember, go to my website www.salimcyrus.com, book a session with me. I'm always there. You can invite me to your church. You can invite me to your group, social groups. I can speak. I can let you know these things, and we can even a topic you guys really want me to talk about. Invite me. I'll be a part of it. Remember also, every once a month, every last day of the month, I'll try my level best to share more details. We'll be having a Google Connect masterclass whereby I'll be charging only $5, where people can get to learn, people can get to know more of what we are discussing about. It's going to be a class. It's going to be a platform whereby people will get out of that place equipped, shaped, healed, delivered, molded to be a better people even in the next generation. So point number 7. Porn fuels the sex industry and exploitation. Porn fuels the sex industry and exploitation. So what do you mean? Every click is a vote. So you're going to that porn website. Every click becomes a vote. That harmless video might be filmed under coercion, trafficking, or abuse. So they want you to be a part of that. But remember, that harmless video, it seems harmless. That video seems harmless. So that video might be filmed under coercion. Someone has been forced to do it, to fanya kitu, or trafficking or abuse. Porn normalizes exploitation while viewers call it entertainment. Nowadays, it's only in your phone. Kwa phone yako tu pa. And then that is what you're watching. Your iPad, your tablet, your laptop. Very easy nowadays. Nowadays we have smart TVs. You just speak to your TV. Yeah? I was so shocked. You just speak to your TV, pornography, and then it comes. It's so easy nowadays. And that video is very harmless at that particular moment. And they call it entertainment. But remember, millions are complicit in fueling an industry that destroys life. But few admit it because they don't want to confront their own hands being dirty. You don't want to let go. Porn. Oh, come on. Excuse me. Porn will make you become dysfunctional. Porn normalizes exploitation while viewers call it entertainment. And that is why nowadays, at the comfort of your home, your phone, wherever you are, you can watch pornography. Nowadays, Safaricom will give you data, Airtel will give you data that are available for you for 1 hour. You want to watch pornography. Instead of you learning something, buy books. Every day, go there and buy books. Yeah? Get books. Get books for yourself. Personally, I love cooking. Let me show you. I love cooking. Instead of cooking women, my brother, instead of cooking women, get a book for yourself. This is 250 recipes for healing and prevention. Get a book. Pika ya kupika. Tengeneza chakula. I'm talking like this, not based on show of my brothers and my sisters. Go and get something. I love cooking myself. And I love learning how to prepare something. Try me. One of these fine days I'm gonna do a live while cooking. Niwafilishe kuwafilisha ka kitu ingine. Get books for yourself. This one is called, this is a book to couples, Enjoying a Stable Lifelong Relationship. It's a very nice book. So invest in books. Instead of you investing on only data, get books. You know, today I've just told someone, you know, we are investing so much on AI, which is good information on what one. There are people taking photos and all that. Good photos. So AI has made people to appear real, but they are not real. So when it appears not to be real, it will not be relevant. So be real. Just be real. Use your phone. Take a normal photo, a normal image. Stop being someone else you're not. That is what pornography does. As much as AI has come to help us, it will make so many things appear unreal. And that is what pornography does. It does. It makes, sex to these sexual activities to appear real, but it is not real. It is not real. So let's be intentional. Invest on what is productive. Get the right materials for your health. Get the right materials for your, one of my mentors. This is one of my mentors, Pastor Maurice Gashero. Pastor Maurice Gashero. This is one of the books, Living in a Different Order. This is a pastor. In fact, he has a ministry around Pale Thika Road. JCC is one of my mentors. And this is one of the guys that I can't pass a day if I've not watched this guy. You can share this PIA apate kusikia ujumbe, because he's one of the guys that is so spiritual about the message of Christ also. So invest in books. I bought it. I supported him. So learn these things. What am I trying to say? If you're not willing to learn, you will not grow. Let me read something for the gents here. I feel like just doing this even for the next 10 hours. Let me read something. These are books. These ones I was given. This is the late lady called Bimbo Odukoya. There was even Tayo Odukoya. So Bimbo Odukoya, she's late. But these are books I was given by her husband, who is also late. But the husband gave me these books. Back in the years. When was this? In fact, around 4 years ago, he gave me this book. So remember, to have a good marriage, you have to work hard. Love is work. Work is labor. If I am not ready to labor, I cannot have a good relationship, regardless of who I am. What am I saying? Everything requires work. For you to come out of the situation you're in, you need to work. You need to work. You need to break free. You need to break free from all these things by you being intentional, by you working on yourself, by you taking time, to do what is required to make you realize that where you are, you need a better place, a place to belong. I'm almost concluding. Point number 8. Masturbation and porn create sexual dysfunction. Masturbation and porn create sexual dysfunction. So what do I mean? The irony. The more porn and masturbation, the less functional you become sexually in real life. It is very true. It is very true. That is one of the things I've seen with many people. Many people. What do? The less functional you become sexually in real life, because you are addicted to pornography and masturbation. So masturbation and pornography go hand in hand. Many people are masturbating because of a porn image, a porn clip. They just saw this thing and they wanted to do it. So what happens? These kinds of people are struggling even to satisfy their husbands, to satisfy their wives in marriage, their husbands and their wives in marriage. So today I want you to know that the reason why your husband is complaining, your wife is complaining, look at yourself, deep within yourself. What are the things you are doing? Were you sexually active back in the days? Were you into pornography and masturbation back in the days? It was something small. but you know very well this is something that has been taking away a piece of me. Those are the things that are making you lose yourself in the moment. My brothers, listen to me. Erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction. The reason why nowadays you cannot even Macchiati cannot. I call it Luambo Macchiati. Because Luambo cannot stand. Macchiati cannot stand. It is because of masturbation. It is because of masturbation. Premature ejaculation. I've had many men say, oh, children, I'm not getting. You know, it's because of these things. You began this thing when you're 15 years old. It has become a norm to you today. And you're asking yourself why you're not even having children. It is because of poor ejaculation, premature ejaculation, because it was affected by masturbation. So if today you have children, thank God. If today you are in a place that I have, please thank God and begin teaching those children. Begin teaching them. Begin talking to them. Let them know these things as early as possible. Direct them the right way. So remember, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, low desire. You don't desire your husband. That is why most of the time I've had many people are calling me, my bro, you know what? My wife is not even calling me. She's just like that. I go home, I get into the house, my wife, she's just there. Nothing. She's not even intentional. She complains I don't talk nicely, but she's the one who is not doing anything. I try approach her, she's there. That is why even men, ladies, most of you've called me, and you know, these ladies have told me, my bro, this man of mine, he's not even touching me anymore. It is because of what? Low desire. The only touch you can find from your husband or your wife is when they are yawning and telling you good night, good night, and they face the other side of the bed. Or inability to orgasm with a real partner are because this is the thing that I've faced. And I'm telling you, I'm talking like this passionately because I want you to enjoy your marriage. I want you to enjoy your life. Leave alone what social media is trying to portray. Leave alone what these people are trying to do out here. But if you're in marriage, if you're in a relationship, I want you to enjoy it. People are having, that inability to orgasm with a real partner. And this issue is skyrocketing, even among men in their early 20s. Yeah? Early 20s, just imagine early 20s. In fact, nowadays it's not even early 20s. Early 15. Huko 15 years, mtu anashindwa kwa nini? Why? Because it has become something that it's so tragic. The body no longer responds to real human touch, only to pixels. Uone mapicha, uone video, you get to enjoy that. That is how your body gets to respond. How will it be? How can it be? So number 9, porn weakens spiritual authority. Porn weakens spiritual authority for the spiritual people. I don't care. I said I don't care if you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're a Buddhist, sijui SDA, sijui nini hizo denominations, all those denominations, please pick them and zirushe kwa dustbin. Wizatem, are you talking to me? No, brother, I'm talking to the spiritual people, including me. I'm a spiritual guy. But if you're from all those denominations and religions, zichukuchukue hizo zote, zirushe kwa dustbin. We don't need religion anymore. We don't need these things anymore. We need the reality of the matter. We need the reality of the matter. So porn weakens spiritual authority. Remember, spiritually, porn is not neutral. Porn is never neutral. It is a weapon. So when we say that, what do we mean? It disconnects you from God's presence. It disconnects you. You can no longer experience the touch of God, which is a spiritual reality. You can no longer, or you can never experience the goodness of God, which is a spiritual reality. Why? Because porn makes you become empty. It corrupts your vision and strips you of authority. You no longer have authority. You lack substance. That is what happens. You lack substance. There is nothing for you to give spiritually. There's nothing for you to give spiritually, because now where God settles has been corrupted. So there is no proper communication between you and God. So when you begin to think about the goodness of God, it is not even present. Why? Because your mind, where God settles, has been corrupted. So remember, men and women who are bound by porn cannot lead boldly. Let me talk to men first. Men who are born, or men who are bound by porn can't lead boldly. That is why it is difficult for me to deal with the men who are behaving like women. You know those men who are kind of feminine? And then there's this katok. I don't like seeing this. Even, I don't like seeing it even with the ladies. I don't like it. There's this katok lady. There's this katok. This is how ladies talk. You know. When I see a lady talk like this, me, cause of that thing, it makes me feel so bad. Inanikera, come on. It makes me feel like, why are you talking to me like this? What are you showing me? To me, it appears like disrespect. To me, it appears like, I don't know. So just be feminine enough. Relax. Be a lady of composure. Relax. Not, you feel intimidated. It makes me feel awkward. Now, ladies, even men nowadays, that is what they do. You be a man about it. Be a lady. Just relax. A lady, be feminine in a way that you should be feminine. You no need of throwing your hands all over, and just relax. Be easy. Be easy. Relax. So men who are bound by porn can't lead boldly. Very true. And they can't pray with confidence. If you're led by porn, you cannot pray with confidence. You need to change your way of doing things, my brothers and my sisters. And can't walk in purpose because guilt keeps them silent. I've met even with ladies where guilt keeps them silent. Umenyamaza kabisa. The devil doesn't have to destroy you publicly if he can enslave you privately. Let me repeat. The devil doesn't have to destroy publicly if he can enslave you privately. And this is what happens, my brother. The devil is not after the woman. The devil is after the being that pisses on the wall. What am I saying? That is scriptural, in fact. So the devil is not after the woman to kill them. No. He's after the woman to enslave them, but to kill the man. So before he kills the man, what does he do? He enslaves the man. So the devil is after the one that pisses on the wall. So who pisses on the wall? It is you and I, my brother. We piss on the wall. That is what we do. So what the devil does before he destroys you, before he kills you, before he shames you, he enslaves you privately. And he just makes you be a part of enjoying in private, but you lose your ability to become. And that is why we've lost so many men. That is why many men today, they are not man enough. Many men today, they are not competent. They are not real men today, because they're struggling with this. They've been enslaved, and their destruction is almost. Why? Because they are not willing to change their way of thinking. They are not willing to transform their ability to become. So what happens? Their way to become has been enslaved. So point number 10 in finality. Point number 10 in finality. Remember, all these things I'm talking about, go to my website, www.salimcyrus.com. YouTube, please. Every Sunday from 8 p.m. Every Sunday from 8 p.m. East African time. Go there, subscribe. I'm always there. And I'm going to talk and raise these issues. So porn and masturbation make you a slave to desire. Point number 10, which is the last point. Porn and masturbation make you a slave to desire. At the root, porn is about control. At the root, porn is about control. Previously, I've just told you what porn does. So remember, you think you're controlling your pleasure, but your desires are controlling you. Listen to this. You think you're controlling your pleasure, but your desires are controlling you. You're no longer a free man or woman. You are a slave to urges that will never be satisfied. It's a vicious cycle. Lust, masturbation, shame, repeat. That is what is happening in our society. So you think you're controlling your pleasure, but it is never like that. So, but your desires are controlling you. So you need to master your desires. Never allow your feelings to control you. Ladies, never allow your feelings to lead you. Never think with your feelings. My brothers, that is why we are told that never allow your feelings, don't allow your feelings to lead you. No, never allow it. It's vicious. It's vicious. In fact, a vicious cycle itself, because it comes from lust. After that strong feeling towards pornography, it leads you to masturbation. After masturbation, it takes you to shame. From shame, and then you repeat the circle itself. So freedom doesn't come from indulging, it comes from conquering. So I'm praying that today, as you've listened to me, and like I always say, deliverance is not prayed. Deliverance is taught. I believe whatever you've heard today, it has become something that is tangible in your life. And I pray that you're going to be transformed, you're going to be changed by the words that I've spoken. My final punchline is this: pornography and masturbation aren't harmless outlets. They are weapons of mass destruction aimed at your mind, your relationships, your purpose, and your soul. What you consume in private will eventually destroy you in public. So remember, pornography and masturbation, it is something that is happening and it is normal to you. But I want you to understand one thing. In due time, you're going to see the consequences and experience them indeed. Because all these things, they slowly come into someone's life, but in due time they destroy him. We've lost the man and we've lost the woman. Like I said, the devil is after, enslaving the woman and killing the man. And before he kills the man, he enslaves his mind to make him think that he cannot. He wants the man at his weakest so that the man can beg. And when the man begins to beg, that is the place of destroying him. And that is why this platform is a place of healing, delivering, saving, rejuvenating, transforming, and equipping. And I'm praying that you're going to be in that place of transformation. My dear sister, you are beautiful just the way you are. Don't go for these things that ladies are going for. Should you Botox, should you adding some whatever? Don't go. You're beautiful just the way you are. It doesn't matter. We only live once. But it is better to live once like a coward. Because they say coward people live long. That is what they say. It is better you live long. And that is the beauty of it all. You might appear to be strong today, but you are empty. But you might appear to be weak, but you are fulfilled. And that is the pleasure of life. Fulfillment is what we are seeking. So peace of mind is paramount. So I want you to understand by the words I've shared. And I want you to comment. I want you to go to DM me, go to my website, book that session. That is my prayer. Let us learn. Let us get to understand these things. Like I told you as we began, they call me Salim, Dr. Love, Salim, Pastor Salim, Coach Salim. And I take all those names because on a professional level, my desire is that you be helped beyond titles, beyond all those things that I've professionally done. Because I can see the terrible things that are almost happening to our society. Please, remember, you can invite me to your church, you can invite me to your group, you can invite me even to your mosque, you can invite me wherever you can invite me so that I can share these things. I'm not limited. I will come wherever I'm sent and I'm gonna do it. This is not of my own, but it's what God has desired that this generation can experience, even beyond beyond religion and all that. You can invite me even to your to your companies. I'll come there and we're going to talk about this thing. So this Thursday, I'm going to talk about entrapment, and one of our sisters just shared a topic, and I think it will be important for me to talk about it. And if you have any topic that you want us to talk about it, please share it. I'm going to talk about it so that we get to a level of understanding how things are going to be. So remember, www.salimcyrus.com. You can find me there. YouTube, Salim Cyrus KE, every Sunday from 8 p.m. It's going to be fire. It's going to be a moment of reckoning, a point of change. And also remember, we are beginning, and I'm gonna be sharing something here on TikTok. Please share that image so that people can at least get to see what we are doing, and they can join. So I'm gonna be sharing it. So if you're following me, please share this thing. I'll put it on my story, so please share. So it's going to be a masterclass, a connect masterclass, only $5. Wherever you are, Canada, Nini, I'm gonna have an East African time where people can join, and then we can learn. I'm gonna be having tangible topics where people can experience the gracious truth about what matters. And I think I'm done. Thank you so much, guys. If you're watching me, for all the people that are watching me, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much. For people like Adams Maima, today I can see Wiz _M, Nalima, all those people. I can mention so many people. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, all you guys, for being a part of this conversation. I can see Ima. Thank you, Ima. Thank you, Irene Bosibori and Irene.ke. Asante. Thank you, Nelima once again. Thank you. Oh, Davis, kila mtu. Asante sana. My point of view. Asante sana. Damas. Ni watu wengi. Adobes, thank you. Real James. Kila mtu, asanteni sana. I appreciate. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you too. Thank you. Asante sana. Thank you for your love. EasyTech_KE. Thank you also for joining. And for those people that have followed me also, thank you so much. I appreciate. I don't take it for granted. I appreciate it so much. Hope you've heard what I've spoken about. Hope your life will never be the same. So let's meet on Thursday. Same time, same place, and may God do you good beyond religion, please. Beyond religion, beyond denominations, beyond all what man has tried to bring so that God can listen, beyond all that. Thank you so much. Adams Maima, it's always a pleasure to see you here and to being a part of this. I can see also Beauty. Asante sana for the love. For those that have gifted me, asanteni sana. I appreciate. I don't take it for granted. Moninsky, thank you also for following the live. Thank you so much. On Thursday we are here, and it's gonna be also dope, and the topic is gonna be fire. Your entrapment, we are going to talk about it, and it's gonna be something tangible. Thank you, and God bless you. God do you good. Good night. For those Peter, it was Peter from South Africa. Thank you so much also for joining and for being a part of this. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the guys, diaspora kote na washukuru sana. I'm just taking this time to thank everyone. Kila mtu, wale wako diaspora, America, Canada, Australia, South Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Congo, every one of you, asanteni sana for joining. We are a family, we are one, we are humans. God bless you. Good night. Good night, guys. Wacha nikakunywa maji.